Most men think their problem's starting, but I promise you it's not, because you don't struggle to start going to the gym. You don't struggle to start the business idea. You don't even struggle to start that new, exciting, life-changing routine. You struggle to finish. And that's why your life always consistently feels half built, because you've got half finished products, half finished commitments, half finished versions of yourself. Because today I'm breaking down the book Finish by John Cuff, and a book that exposes why high performing men quit halfway and how to finally take the step to follow through. Because talent isn't rare, ideas aren't rare, finishers are rare. And if you're serious about becoming unfuckwithable, you need to become a finisher. So stay to the end of this video, because I'm going to give you the exact steps on how to break the cycle and build the alignment in your mindset, your body and your money. So part number one is why high performers fail. Here's the uncomfortable truth, and it's not going to be nice to hear. It's not the lazy man who struggles most with finishing, it's the high performers, because you've been poisoned with perfectionism. Everybody wants it flawless. You want it fast. You want the six-pack in 6 weeks, the business in 30 days, that amazing transformation overnight, and when it doesn't happen, you quit. So think about it. How many fitness programs have you started and then quit before week 6? How many side hustles have you launched but never finished building? How many goals did you declare on January the 1st and abandon before February? That's not because you're weak, it's because you're letting perfectionism run the show. And the Cuff nails it in the finish. Your perfectionism is the killer. It makes you quit halfway through, and it makes you throw everything away when the reality doesn't match your fantasy. Part number two is perfectionism is just weakness in disguise. Let me say that again. Perfection is just weakness in disguise. You think perfectionism is discipline, but I promise you it's not. You think perfectionism is high standards, but it really isn't. Perfectionism is the fear. It's the weakness wearing a mask, and it tells you if it's not perfect, it's worthless. So when you miss a day, when you make a mistake, when you stumble, you just give up entirely, and that's why you keep failing. Not because you didn't start, but because you refuse to finish messy. And sometimes taking imperfect action consistently is better than not taking the perfect action, because ugly progress beats perfect quitting. Until you understand that, you'll keep looping through the same cycle: hype, effort, mistake, quit, guilt, and repeat. So you've got to lower the bar to be able to raise your results. And I know that might sound counterintuitive, because here's the paradox men hate. To finish, you need to lower the bar, not your ambition, not your vision, but your expectation of perfection. Because if you set out to train for 7 days a week, but life hits and you only manage to train 4, perfectionism says that you failed. Alignment says 4 sessions is momentum, keep going. If you set a goal to write 1,000 words a day, but you hit 300, perfectionism says you're useless, but alignment says 300 words a day will still get the book finished. The men who finish aren't the ones with the most talent, they're the ones who drop the fantasy of perfect execution and keep showing up anyway. That's the difference between drifting and dominating. So part number 4, the 3 killers of finishing. So part number 4, we're getting into the 3 killers of finishing. So as John Cuff in this book highlights the 3 killers, and I'll break them down in straight talk. Number 1, too many goals. You don't need more goals, you need fewer. You're failing because you spread too thin, not because you're too lazy. So cut your list in half, then cut it again. Finish one, fear the imperfect progress. You've got to be obsessed with doing it right. But finishing messy beats quitting clean. The imperfect video you post will do more for your life than the perfect one that you never release. Number 3 is no system, just motivation. You rely on feeding it. You never will. Motivation dies, systems survive. Calendar blocks, daily non-negotiables, accountability. If your goal's not systemized, it's basically already dead, and you may as well quit now. So next, the weight of the unfinished business. Here's what most men never want to admit. Unfinished work isn't harmless because it's crushing you. Every project you abandoned whispers you quit. Every half-finished goal eats at your confidence. Every broken promise to yourself erodes your self-respect. That's why you feel restless. That's why you feel guilty. That's why you feel like a fraud even when you've got money, you've got status, you've got success. It's not because you don't achieve, it's because you don't finish. And that's the weight that's killing your fire as a man. So part number 6, getting into the nitty gritty of it now, actually learning to finish, that's alignment. So a Cuff doesn't use the word, but I will, because I'm all about alignment. Finishing is alignment. Because when you don't finish, it's because you're misaligned. Your mindset is poisoned with perfectionism. Your movement collapses because your energy tank drains out when you burn out. And your money stores because you never built anything long enough to compound it and actually see the real results. But when you align these, mindset, movement and money, finishing becomes natural. Your mind's sharp, your body has energy, your movement creates freedom. And now you don't just finish, you dominate. That's what you call alignment. That's what makes you unfuckwithable. So next is the playbook to start finishing. Here's how you're going to start applying this from today onwards. It's not just theory. We're all about execution, because these videos are pointless if you don't take action. So number one, audit and cut. Write down every unfinished project, then cut it in half. Number two, redefine failure. Missing a step doesn't mean quitting, it's progress. Then you've got to systemize it, put it in your calendar, build accountability, stack small wins, pick something that you can finish a week, a blog, a video, a training cycle, and build momentum and kill the fantasy. Stop daydreaming about perfect outcomes and start appreciating following the process. That's how you become a finisher. So here's the final word before I finish this video and drop another gem on you. Talent isn't rare. Ideas aren't rare. Starters aren't rare. Finishers are rare. And the world belongs to the finishers. So if you're tired of drifting, if you're tired of quitting halfway, tired of carrying the weight of the unfinished goals, then it's time to break that cycle. Step one is download the alignment blueprint. It's your free step-by-step system to rebuild alignment. And then book a power hour call with me, 60 minutes of ruthless clarity. And then you can apply for the alignment rebuild. It's an invite only 90-day transformation, because starting doesn't make you a man, finishing does.